get Sweaty Hand C coming out. But guys, okay, here's the thing. Okay, so Pro League today starts at 3 a.m. for me. Alright, that's fine because you know I'm used to getting up early for Pro League. So I set my alarm for 2. So I wanted to like take a shower and make breakfast and stuff. But I actually ended up waking at like just past 1 o'clock because I actually had a nightmare. Alright, and in this freaking nightmare, I was sitting at work and I was listening to I was tuned into the OGN stream. I was watching this, I was like listening in from work, and then I hear like Mole Trap and Diapollo commentating some StarCraft 2 game. And then all of a sudden they're like, and now we're gonna cast the OSL Finals. And I'm like, what? The OSL Finals is on right now? It's like, why am I at work? And I just like freak out. I'm like, oh my god, how am I gonna get home in time in order to not miss a game of the OSL Finals? I'm like, what is going on here? And then I just wake up in a cold sweat. I'm just like, ah, no! Oh man, that was like scary as shit. Oh my god. But unfortunately, I didn't miss it. I was actually an hour early. And then I couldn't go back to sleep because I was like, fuck this, I can't sleep again because if I sleep I might actually miss finals. So I just got up, made breakfast. Yeah. I mean, on the plus side, it gave me plenty of time, so I made like a really nice breakfast. I made some sunny side up eggs on toast. It was delicious. And yeah. So it's gonna be C versus Shy. It was Shy, right? Alright, TVP. Oh yeah. And in the top right corner, as the white Terran, we will have Sweaty Hand C. Are they going to change colors? White versus yellow is a little bit confusing on the minimap. No, looks like they won't. Okay. Yeah, and in the top left, as the yellow Protoss, who is stuck on a very awkward frame, is going to be Shy. Hey, Sauce Cow. Alright, is my ability correct? I believe so. Fantastic. So, we are on Sniper Ridge. Damn, I almost said Fighting Spirit, Jesus. Same tall set. 4 players as well, but no, it's not Fighting Spirit. Unfortunately, it's been removed from the map pool, even though it's possibly one of the best maps. And I don't know what was going on there, but I like C. Yeah. Anyway, what was I talking about? I don't know. TVP on Sniper Ridge. Generally goes well for, or at least last season it went fairly well for the Protosses, even though at the beginning I was like, wow, this map's pretty good for Terran. It actually went well for the Protosses, except the SKT Protosses for some reason just couldn't win on this map. I think it's because they kept trying to go carriers, which is a terrible idea. Anyway, this is an interesting gateway and gas placement by, or I guess, interesting gas placement. Yeah, look at that amazing gas placement, guys. He put it on the geyser. Oh my god, how innovative. Okay, what I meant to say was the gateway is placed right snug against the top there. So if C tries to be clever and move his SCV in just far enough to see if there's a gateway, but not far enough to see a nexus, he might actually miss the fact that Shy's actually spawned here. We actually saw a game where this happened, I think, between Best and some other Protoss. There's a PvP on Jade, and Best, or one of the Protosses like went in but didn't go close enough to see the nexus and just like assumed his opponent wasn't there. It's actually quite sneaky.
네, 스타 1에서의 분위기는 연보선 선수가 더 좋기 때문에 가장 안전한 배럭 더블을 하면서
Yeah, we are going to see a one rack expand here from C. The build that cost him many games last season, but hopefully Stack can figure it out now. You can see him putting the barracks on the low ground, plus putting a deeper next to it, having a little bit of SimCity there to use to micro against the Zealots. One thing I do like a little bit better about this placement compared to some of the other map placements is his barracks is also attached to the cliff. So I feel like that's going to obstruct like the Zealot pathing a little bit more as well. And there's the command center, as you can see.
네, 정찰을 만약에 그냥 그 살짝 깊숙이 안 들어가면은 11시 쪽에 있는지도 모르게끔 건물을.
And we got a couple of Marines just chilling on the ramp, hoping to intercept any probe that might come out here. Here's something making its way over. Is that a probe or is that a Dragoon? It is a probe. Oh, interception! It's good. It's a good one. So, we have first Dragoon coming out now. And a probe going to go make a Nexus, so it is just a 1-gate expand here from Shy. Very standard build from both players. You know, C's expansion is going to be slightly ahead, but it's really not a big deal, I would say. Alright, so bunker at the front of the national now. Someone's telling me my stream is behind. It always confuses me when people tell me my stream is behind, because I guess that means you're like watching 2 streams at once. Then I'm not sure why you'd be doing that though. It's really confusing, because it's like if you only watch this stream, right, you wouldn't even know whether it's ahead or behind. I could be like an hour behind, and if you only watch the stream, you'd have absolutely no idea. It's kind of the same way, like, you know, you hear so many people complain about like people like tournaments casting from replays rather than live. Like, you know how TSL always does it from replays, and some people complain about that. It's like, I never understand that, because if nobody told you that it was from replays, you actually wouldn't be able to tell. You just watch the game and be like, oh my god, like if I told you TSL was live, you'd be like, oh my god, this is so awesome. You would have absolutely no idea. So it always amuses me when things like that happen. And we do have second gateway follow-up, and a Citadel. That's unusual. Usually we see 2 gates and a robo. What is this going to be? Is this going to be 2-base Arbiter? DP rush off for 1-gate expand would be rather amusing. Oh, he might actually force the SEV down to the Citadel. Oh, is it going to get close enough? No, it's not going to get close enough. It's not going to go all the way down there. But we are going to see the Fast Templar Archives with no Stargate, so it is going to be a DT follow-up here after the 1-rack expand. Now, this is very interesting. I mean, as you can see, the engineering bay is already up. The 1-rack expand, the build is designed not to lose the DT rushes, even off 1 base. So I'm not really sure what he thinks like this delayed DT rush is going to do. I mean, what will happen though is he will gain himself a little bit of map control. And by a little bit, I mean he'll have complete map control until a few scans have been saved up. I mean, the Terran in TVP doesn't really get mobile detection for quite a while. He's not going to have vessels for a long time. He's just going to have to rely on those scans. And as you can see, there's no academy even started yet. So even if the DTs don't do any significant damage, they will allow the Protoss to at least get a safe 3rd base and then tech up to Arbiters, which is what we want to do anyway. So I still think it's fine as an opening. It's a little interesting, the order of things. And looks like the Goon's going to move in here. There's only 4 of them, so you shouldn't be too eager here. There's a Robo now. He could potentially do some drop shenanigans, but if he was planning to do that, he would have added the Robo a lot earlier. So he's basically just getting those for observers now. Yeah, see, the first 2 DTs are coming out here. Now, I didn't actually see a turret at the front, which is very concerning to me. Is there not a turret? Okay, yeah, there's the turret. I was going to say, there should absolutely be a turret at the front there. Always. I mean, some players will try and be kind of cute and like put the turret in between the front choke and their natural minerals, so it kind of covers both. And that can be a little bit risky, but depending on the map. Essentially, if you want to have the bare minimum, you need like 1 turret in your main minerals, 1 in your natural, and 1 by your production facilities. It's like the bare minimum to be completely safe. And yep, just as I said, there's 1 turret by the factories there, presumably 1 in the main minerals as well. And so now looks like what's his face? Shy's going to be slightly defensive as well. The one thing you have to be careful of when you do a DT opening is like Vulture Rumbys and Vulture Harass. because you know, DTs are quite expensive and you invested in that tech. So there's a couple of reasons for this. First of all, you know, you've produced a few DTs from your gateways and stuff, and you've delayed the additional gateways, so your Dragoon count is fairly low. I mean, as we saw there, he's only got like 4 Dragoons out right now. Also, the Robo is delayed, so observers are delayed. So it's slow observers, low Dragoon count, and you're trying to take a relatively quick third as well, using your DTs to provide defense against any kind of quick push. So you know, the main concern here for the Protoss player is those vultures. And looks like this Pro's gonna start walling this base off. He doesn't have to wall in both ramps though. He has to wall in that part that he just walled, and also the narrow ramp at the bottom. The vultures are gonna go over there. They're gonna get blocked by that wall, but now the DTs are actually dropped in the main. There is a turret there by the main command center. A few SCVs being pulled just to repair that in case it is necessary. But DTs is going to wander off. And notice also how, just due to the spawn locations, Shy had to take the 9 o'clock base rather than the 12 o'clock, which is the closer third. So the 9 o'clock, it's annoying because, I mean, it's farther away from his main, so it's, you know, it's more susceptible to drops. It's also, he's got a wall in both areas. He's got a wall in this part that's attached to the ridge, and also that southern narrow ramp. He hasn't actually walled that off yet. I'm actually surprised he hasn't just gone around the side and gone up that way. But he'll need to basically wall in 2 places here, whereas if he'd been able to take the 12, he could just wall in 1. And yeah, okay, there we go. There the vultures finally do right here. So this is what I'm talking about. This is quite annoying for Shy, and really nothing you can do. Just the result of the spawns. You don't really want to be taking that 12 o'clock against the Terran. I mean, Protosses do it sometimes, but I don't think it's the best idea. And in the meantime, there's the probe transfer. So going up to 3 bases here. Still using those DTs to be annoying, be kind of harassy. It's kind of funny because the DTs right now, they're serving a similar role to what Reavers would in this situation as well. But now here comes the push, and presumably enough scans have been saved up. He's still got to be very careful though, because the DTs can still be very, very useful in terms of like mine drags and bombing the tanks. Because they, oh my god, he actually went for Storm! Oh, Storm! Oh no! C did not see that one coming. I did not see that one coming. Holy shit, this is like the build that I made up one day on ladder because I'm terrible, and people were like, dude, Sayle, don't do that build, it sucks. Yeah, look at this, guys. Shy, he's doing my build. DT rush and a fast storm drop. Suck it. Ending life, I see you in the chat. Yes, suck it. It's my build. Oh yeah, Shy doing the build. He's doing the build. Oh yeah. Look at that. He only made 2 DTs, didn't spend too much gas, and then boom, fast High Templars and a shuttle for Storm, crushing the push. And you see it was all clumped up, right? Because, you know, because at this stage in the game, you don't expect the Protoss to have any splash. It's like, he's not going to have Storm, he's not going to have Stasis, so, you know, clumping the tanks, that's no big deal. It's actually probably better, because then you get, you avoid Zealot bombs as much. And oh my god, though, this Vulture. This Vulture's gonna, like, single-handedly make C come back in the game. What is that Dragoon doing? What is the Dragoon doing? Oh my god, what is that Dragoon doing? What on earth? I think that Dragoon's like hotkeys with another group of goons, and he's like trying to get back, but there's a pylon wall. He's like walled in, he can't go back to his friends. He's like freaking out here. This Vulture's killing every single probe. Shy, wake up, man! Stop being AFK! Oh my god, Shy, don't be AFK, bro. Bro, don't be AFK. Oh, dude. Dude, you did it was such a cool build, man, and then you lost 17 probes to 1 Vulture. You lost. Alright. So now Shy's in a little bit of trouble, and by a little bit I mean he's boned. Even though he did an awesome push break there with the storms, you know, his economy shot now without a 3rd base, and now the Terran's set up at his 3rd, and this is such an annoying position. Look at that, he's even got half his Dragoons trapped. Oh man, this is a horrible position. I don't know how he's going to engage here, because those trapped goons are going to do next to nothing. Oh, please don't crash. Oh, okay, we're not crashing. Anyway, drops a High Templar but doesn't get a Storm off. Anyway, he's gonna have like 1 chance to break this, and yeah, looks like his little Manor Pylon at 3 o'clock finally being discovered there as he can try to take it out. He's swinging the Zealots around the side, but look, there's plenty of mines in the way. I don't even see an observer anywhere with this army, so he's gonna lose most of these Zealots to mines, in fact. And they're now going in. He's going for the break. He's going for it. He's actually breaking through this position. In fact, it looks like Shy with good execution here, coming around the side with a bunch of Zealots, going in from the top as well, dropping some Zealot bombs on the tank. Will actually, oh no! Reinforcements from C. It's going to be a fairly even trade here. He cleans up most of the units, but a few tanks do hold, so he pulls back with his Dragoons, having run out of Zealots, and that's a good idea. The one observer actually chilling over that turret, but it looks like C is just going to, or sorry, Shy rather, is just going to go for it again. Before the Terran can reestablish his position, he's going to try and flush him out. Is it going to be enough? He needs this to work, but more reinforcements from C though, and he loses the shuttle as well. He's going to clear that last siege tank at the top, but two more do come in from C's base, and C's also taking a third base while this was going on. I mean, Shy sent a few probes back to this 9 o'clock, but he's got no fourth base to match C's third. So C, even if this attack doesn't work, like C I think might actually want to pull back right now, because, you know, in these low number engagements, with all these speed loss flooding out, this is actually becoming very cost inefficient for C. I mean, look at this, he just loses two siege tanks for 2 Zealots. It's not a good trade, so I really think he's done enough damage right now. He can kind of pull back a little bit, you know, set up his third base, you know, get a substantial core of siege tanks back up, and then push out again here. You know, pressing your advantage is one thing, but, you know, being over aggressive and throwing away your lead is not so good. So, well, looks like Shy gonna continue to be aggressive here, and I think this is absolutely correct. It's actually kind of funny because it's kind of like the opposite of PvT in StarCraft 2, where you know, in the low unit engagements, the Terran is way more cost efficient in Brood War. In these small unit engagements, the Protoss is generally much stronger. The splashing siege tanks doesn't matter as much. And yeah, Zealots and Dragoons, they're pretty awesome. Meanwhile, that one dumb Dragoon just chilling there by the probes. If I was those probes, I'd be really scared of that one Dragoon. And it looks like he's made a bunch more High Templar. The thing is, if you look at this gas value, both players are actually floating really high in the gas. Shy's got 1500 gas right now, so might as well make a few High Templar. You know, maybe try another super fancy Storm Drop thing, like he did against the first push, and try and break it. But it's really not looking so good for him here. He's got no Dragoons to deal with these Vultures. I don't think C realizes this. He can actually just send those Vultures in and kill all of the High Templar. That'd be really bad for Shy. So it looks like C is going to slowly but steadily push up here once again to the 12 o'clock, just kind of retake this position. I mean, if he can, you know, actually hold this position, it'll be, you know, almost impossible for Shy, because then he can start, you know, he can kind of siege up a tank on that cliff there and start sieging down the natural from the high ground. It's going to be really impossible for Shy to break it, and it looks like that's the case here. He's only got 5 Dragoons there for a flank this time, so I think it's going to be do or die for Shy pretty quick here. He's just going to have to go all in, just do a huge attack, and then GG. Come on, Shy, you're behind on supply. You know, Protoss supposed to be like 20 supply ahead at this point. He's actually like 10 supply behind. Running his Zealot in through to clear the mines. And are we gonna go? He's getting sieged down. He's gotta go. He's gonna go for a counter drop here. What? Is he counter dropping? Where does that shuttle actually have all his High Templar in it? Is he really gonna counter storm drop instead of use that to support his army? I think it's a horrible mistake, but oh well. Here we go. He's going in, and by going in, I mean not really. Is he just going to counterattack? Is he really storm dropping? I don't think that's the best use of the High Templar. I really don't. He's going to kill like 4 SCVs. Yeah, was that... I mean, that could have been, you know, 2 storms on a bunch of clump siege tanks. I think that's the absolute incorrect decision there to counter storm drop in this situation. I mean, you know, counterattacking while you're under siege like this is generally a good idea, but... in this case, I think he needed all of those storms to crush the army. He needs to like decisively crush this army, and then go for a big counterattack and kill the third, and then he can win the game. He can't be faffing around like storming 5 SCVs at a time. Anyway, I think Shy's now dead. I think he's bringing his shuttle back maybe to you know, go for the storms in the army now. But he's already wasted 2 storms, and his army's been is being whittled down this entire time, just like taking tank shocks, taking mines. I actually don't know where the shuttle's gone now. I'm like looking on the minimap. I thought it came back this time. Where did the shuttle actually go? I don't know where it went. I don't see it anywhere anymore. Oh well. I don't think it would have made a difference. And are we gonna have the final engagement here? It looks like Siege is gonna force the issue. Just everything is unsieged. Just going for it. Generally not the best idea, but at this point he's so far ahead, it's not a huge issue. And Shy losing the last of his units, going in from the low ground. Here we go, forced into the engagement since the bottom half of his army was taken down there. Going in with the top half, he is going to close with the siege tanks, but a lot of reinforcements coming in for C. Shy is down 30 supply right now. I mean, this has just been one drawn-out death of the Protoss here. He honestly died like 10 minutes ago. And, oh! Losing 2 I-Templars to Spider Mines. That is the last thing Shy needs right now. Actually, it doesn't really matter what happens. Come on, Storm, Storm. Yes, Storm! Where's the other Storm? And GG from Shy. C takes game number 2 and evens up the score 1-1 here. C looks like he's actually figured out TVP a little bit here. This is like the first long TVP I've seen C win in a long time. So, good job C. And we will go to a game 3 in Brood War. I apologize for all the buffering and lag and stuff. I'm not really sure what to do, as usual. Let me actually... Go back to